Hi everyone. Here's a quick tutorial on how you would collect a set of scores for a certain group of people. You're asked to do that in your assignment this week. And what you're asked to do is to find the quality of life scores for everybody who went through the mindfulness intervention. Now, why would you care about that? Well, maybe you want to see what the average is, the average quality of life scores for everybody who went through that program. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. So I could just look for everybody with the intervention score of 2, that's the people who went through the mindfulness group, and collect their quality of life score. This would be the long way of doing it. So I could go down and find my first intervention score of 2. This person has a quality of life of 12, and I would write it down and move on to the next person with an intervention score of 2. Their quality of life is 13, and so on. That's a long way of doing it, but if you're Excel phobic, you can do that. But I'm going to show you something so easy in Excel. Make your life easier. So what you're going to do is select all of the data, because we're going to be sorting the data. We have to select all of it so that each subject retains all of their data in the same row. So subject number 1, when I sort, it'll still have all of their data retained in their row. So that's not very important for you to know right now, but just that is why we select everybody when we're going to sort. And then we go to data and we click on the sort button and we come up with this dialog box. The first thing we have to do is select my data has headers. That's because we want to make sure that when we're sorting all of these data, we don't want to include the headers in the sort. We want the headers to stay at the top. Okay, so what were we being asked again? We were being asked to identify everybody with a mindfulness score of 2. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to sort by intervention, because that's the mindfulness score. And you have options. You can sort from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Now, I want everybody with a score of 2, so I'm actually going to sort from largest to smallest, so my number 2s are going to be at the top. So I could just do that, and if I do that right now, boom, I've sorted everybody with an intervention score of 2. But you were asked to collect the quality of life scores for these people. Well, that's easy enough. They're all in order here, and let's see, it stops with row number 19. So I can come over to the quality of life and scroll down and collect all of those scores. There you go. So there's one other way that you could do it, and that is to sort by intervention. You can add a level, the quality of life scores, and they would be then in order. They already were. I don't know why, but anyway, you could do that. But that is how you are able to separate a group out, a group that you're interested in, sort by the group that you're interested in. And then once you have those scores all together, you can then grab their scores on some other measure. So when I highlight all of this, these are all of the scores for everybody who went through the mindfulness intervention. I might find the mean of these to find out if they have a high quality of life, and maybe I compare that to the mean of people who didn't go through the intervention, but that's not what we're doing right now. Right now we're just collecting those scores. All right, if you have questions, see me at the Hallway Conversations Forum.